Introductory material from a narrative of the life of Reverend Noah Davis, a colored man. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recorded by Bryan, Ness. A narrative of the life of Reverend Noah Davis, a colored man, by himself. Introductory material. The object of the writer in preparing this account of himself is to raise sufficient means to free his last 2 children from slavery. Having already, within 12 years past, purchased himself, his wife, and 5 of his children at a cost altogether of over $4,000, he now earnestly desires a humane and Christian public to aid him in the sale of this book, for the purpose of finishing the task in which he has so long and anxiously labored. God has blessed him in an extraordinary manner, not only by granting freedom to him and so large a portion of his family, but by giving him the hope of the gospel, and permitting him to preach that gospel among his own people, in which calling he has been engaged for about 25 years. End of introductory material, recorded by Bryan, Ness. Chapter 1 of a narrative of the life of Reverend Noah Davis, a colored man. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recorded by Bryan, Ness. A narrative of the life of Reverend Noah Davis, a colored man, by himself. Chapter 1. Early life in Virginia. Example of pious parents. I was born a slave in Madison County, Virginia, March 1804. My father, John Davis, and his family belonged to Robert Patton, Esquire, a wealthy merchant residing in Fredericksburg, who was also owner, in connection with Mr. John Thom, of a large merchant mill, located on Crooked Run, a stream running between Madison and Culpeper counties. My father was the head miller at that large establishment, in which responsible station he was much respected. There I was born, and remained until I was 12 years old. Mr. Patton was always considered one of the best masters, allowing his servants many privileges, but my father enjoyed more than many others. Both he and my mother were pious members of a Baptist church, and from their godly example I formed a determination, before I had reached my 12th year, that if I was spared to become a man, I would try to be as good as my parents.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?